Hello, I'm IBXTiger, and this is Class Setup Tips, a series where I give you class setup tips for all of the weapons in Call of Duty Ghost multiplayer, or at least all of the important ones. If you want to see all the videos I've done so far in the series, check the playlist link, it's on screen and in the description. Anyway, let's get right into this video, which is the Bulldog Shotgun. So the Bulldog Shotgun is the first to unlock, or at least the cheapest to unlock, because you pay for them, so it's, you can unlock them in any order. But it's the cheapest in its class to unlock at only 5 squad points, or maybe 6. But basically it's the cheapest one, and there's no default classes with it, so you will have to buy it with your own money. And basically the thing that makes this weapon kind of, unique from the other shotguns, because there is only 4 in this game, is it has the highest fire rate, it has the highest capacity, and it also has the it has the highest capacity for semi-autos, and it has the lowest range. So that combines for what you would think would be a pretty bad shotgun, because generally speaking, high capacity and high fire rate doesn't really make up for low range. But in this game, I find it does, because if you combine this with agility and steady aim, then what you can basically do is just tear up people at close range. Which you honestly in this game, the only game mode where I find that close range is useful is free-for-all. Like, you can get away with using an SMG or a shotgun in free-for-all, whereas any other game mode I feel you need an assault rifle. So that's why I'm using the Bulldog in this gameplay, which is, by the way, a 30-5 free-for-all on Strike Zone, which is the smallest map. So I figured it'd be good, but funnily enough, I don't find it easier to use shotguns on these maps, because all of the sight lines on the smallest map are actually pretty long. It's a really, really confusing thing. But basically, try and think for really short, sight line where only shotguns win. Like, I kind of get them in this game, but it's actually one of the harder maps to play as a shotgun, which is really hard to think about. But the maps I prefer are Flooded and maybe a little bit of a bit of Octane maybe, but that's just my personal preference. So Strike Zone isn't as good as you figure it would be. Anyway, let's get right into the actual class, rather than just talking about the shotgun for 4 minutes, although I could do that, because it's a fun shotgun. I don't know how it's so fun to use. So basically, for the class for this weapon, I like to just, maximize, I guess, fast killing, but high damage as well as fun. Which sounds like an interesting thing to do, but just follow me for a second. So basically, as far as attachments go, I feel there are only 2 ways to play this, and one of them is the fun way. The other way is interesting, that I haven't tried enough to say it's bad, but I wouldn't recommend. So basically, the way I'd recommend, the way I'm using it in this gameplay, is muzzle brake, extended mags. There aren't any other attachments that will help. There is a grip for reduced recoil, but how often do you aim down sights in a shotgun that's this good at hipfire, right? It doesn't really come across as useful, so I'll cover also why you'll be using hipfire later. So the other way you can use it is red dot and slug rounds, or you could just use grip and slug rounds, depending on what you prefer, which it creates an interesting shotgun, but it's not one that I'm crazy fond of, because it means you can spray and still hit people with slugs, and it does have the extended one-hit kill range, but it's like, you know what, let's stick to the pump actions for slugs, maybe. I found the MTS was actually pretty good. But anyway, so red dot and slugs is an option, but only if you really hate the other way and you want to get some form of challenge with this. But yeah, so muzzle brake, extended mags, really good attachments. So as far as secondary goes, a good secondary would be something like the M9 or the MP443 Garch with extended mags on. But I found just getting the extra point on my character was useful, because on shotguns you need so many perks, which I'll cover later. So I also want no tactical or lethal, because again, just trying to get all the perks points I can. So since there are no lethals, tacticals, or secondaries, that means there's 11 perk points to allow you to make the best loadout possible. So here are the perks that I went with, or that I would recommend. There's a little bit of both in there. So first of all, agility. Agility is really nice, because it means you can get close to people. You need to get as close to people as possible, because the 2 inches different that's maybe agility makes as you charge at someone, that's the difference between, actually hit marking someone and, maybe killing them, and the difference between doing no damage and just looking like a stupid idiot or something like that. So agility is really recommended. You could pair that marathon. At the moment, my stick isn't working properly, so marathon, it keeps uncanceling my sprint, so I'm not using marathon. But it's a good pairing if you want to just run around constantly. Steady aim is always a good one, because it allows you to kill a little bit faster, and it pairs the muzzle brake really well to create 2 3-shot kills at any range that it will hit marker at. And finally, going with ready up, so you can pull up your gun faster, as well as ping, and maybe if you're playing free-for-all, because that's the best game over shotguns I find, wiretap I believe it's called, to allow you to hack into enemy SATCOM. So that's a really good loadout to use all 11 points right there. I would recommend it. Anyway, the gameplay's coming to an end now, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Like if you liked it, check out the other videos in the playlist, and goodbye.